Hi everybody, I am SS the Showstopper and I'm coming to you from the Devil Advocate channel. Today is the 22nd of October in the year of our Lord 2022. Now today I want to talk about a social media influencer. I think it's social media influencer that they call it. Them SLICKIANA. She goes by the name SLICKIANA, but today I'll go by her government name. According to her, Anika Thousand, and she was found. Her body was found in the sea in Montego Bay. Condolences to her family. I get to understand she has a son because I don't know her. I don't know much about this female. I've never met her, never exchanged words with her. But condolences to her family. I get to understand she has a son. So my prayers are out to the child, and I hope that everything works out. The family's coping. The family find a way to grasp because they're going to need counseling and stuff like that. And also, I get to understand a bartender also was killed in Kingston. I think it's a few days before. So condolences to that bartender also. I don't know her name, but I saw the news report was floating all over social media. Condolences to her family also, and my prayers are out. When I look at her, Anika, when I look at her Instagram and her social media pages, there were certain things that stood out. So today I want to speak on the mistake that Anika made. The mistake that Anika made, and it's a cautionary tale also to other females that are out there. And before I get into it, let me just say this real quick. My message is not for everybody. My message is not for people that are mentally inferior to a child of 3. My message is for people who are trying to enhance or gain wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and they don't cater to foolery or behave as if they are below normal intelligence. So my message is not for everybody. So with that being said, let's get into it. Now, as I said, my topic is on the mistake that Anika made and also a caution to other females out there. Okay, now I was looking at her page and I saw a whole lot of things. You know, she was at different locations taking videos, beautiful sceneries, you know, places, different hotels and stuff like that, and also different restaurants. And you know, she's a social media influencer, as they say, so she will things that are being promoted by her for other persons and other businesses and stuff like that, and so forth. There's Before I get into it, there's something called a deity. And a deity, according to the dictionary, let me get into it. A deity, according to the dictionary, is a supernatural being, because I'm reading from I jot down a few things. A deity is a supernatural being who is considered to be divine or sacred. Now, back then, in many cultures of many nations, there have been different deities. People cater to deities for vegetation, for fertility, women who wanted to give birth, who wanted to be very fertile and stuff like that. People gave homage or paid even in African cultures. There were different deities up until today. Now in 2022, there are many deities that are in existence that many of you may not acknowledge as such, but it is one of the deities. Money. Money is a deity because everybody is worshiping money. Another deity is information technology, or technology in and of itself is a deity because we all need it at some point in time. And last but not least, another deity that's out there is ding 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 ding, social media. Social media is a deity for most. There are people who, when they get up in the morning, it's nothing but social media. They go to their bed at night, social media is the last thing. They think and do absolutely nothing without social media. So social media has become a deity. A deity for me is a man-made or man-made being or man-made object, inanimate object conjured, or man-made being conjured by a mass of people to pay homage for whatever it is that they need. Social media has become a deity. Sad but true. Now, let me relate it to Anika's situation. When I look through her pages and I see the different social media platforms that she's on, there's something called oversharing. She's always on location. She's always there. She's always this. Even if she's not live, she's always showing where she was the night before, today, that, and the third. You can't be oversharing. You can't be posting your locations. And I've said this time and time and time again. You can't be posting your locations and everywhere that you are every single day. There are 365 days in the Gregorian calendar year and 366 days in each leap year. It's not possible, or it's not logics. It's possible, but it's not logics for you to get up and post every single day. The only time you're not posting is when you're probably in the hospital, or in this case, she's dead. In this case, she's dead. So sad. There's something called oversharing, and it is extremely dangerous. The reason you can't be posting your locations and posting where you are all day, every day is you never know who is watching you. You never know who is looking, who is lurking. So you have to be careful. I remember once I was on the road, I used to be on social media very often, and I used to post every single day. And I remember once I was on the road and a guy saw me and he called me by the name that I used on social media and stuff like that. And I was kind of like, do you know me from somewhere? Because I was trying to be pleasant. Do you know me from somewhere and stuff? And he said, no. And then he's coming up to me like he was trying to kiss me. But I have the reflex of a mongoose. So I grabbed him. I grabbed him in his chest, because I realized that he was coming at me. And then he jumped. And I'm like, no, not today. Try somebody else. Don't try with me. And he walked off, and that was it. And my instincts start kicking in that I'm posting too much on social media. So at some point you have to stop. You have to stop. If you're going to post on social media and be posting locations, give it 2 weeks. Give it. I know that it was her business, and I know that she was doing promotions, but it's still dangerous. That doesn't make it okay. It's still dangerous to be oversharing. I was on Urban Islands. There's a website by the name of Urban Islands, right? And I wrote down what this particular website said about Anika Townsend. And some things that stood out in it to me was it said that she was rumored to be dating Baby Sham dancehall artist Baby Sham. In 2019, she was spotted at his hotel, and she was also cozy in a few pictures. And he's married. Now, if she's cozy, if she was spotted somewhere, that's different, because that's in real life. You can be spotted anywhere. But cozy in a few pictures and then you're posting it online, that's oversharing. The public doesn't need to know your business. It's showing that something questionable about your character. Remember that they say that this guy is married. He is married. And if you're being cozy with him, whether it be by consent through his wife or based on the agreement that he and his wife had, once it's in the public eye, people are going to have an opinion. You can't say it's nobody's business. I was watching a movie once where it was in the 1930s, when they were racist, and there was this white guy there that was dating a black female, right? And he was parading her, he was going around with her on date in the town area. And, some guys kidnapped him, a group of white boys kidnapped the guy and tied him up because they were going to lynch him. And they asked him, where you're from? Do you walk around with the N-word, parading it around and stuff like that? Where you're from? Because he wasn't there, and he was like, he doesn't care. And they said to him that, listen, a guy have a heifer and he want to screw his heifer in his barnyard. That's his business. You get the heifer now, you put on lipstick on it, you dress it up, you put on a frill, and you parade the heifer in the town. Then it becomes everybody's business because you put it out there for everybody to see. So I'm saying these are the dangers because it makes your character comes into question. When you start posting these pictures, you start posting these pictures with a guy who is married and stuff like that. No, I'm not judging or I'm not saying, I'm just putting what is obvious out there. If you're doing these kind of things, people are going to start questioning your character and you're inviting the public into your personal life. The article also says that it was rumored that she was dating the husband of a popular dancehall artist, which led to their marriage ending. You see what happens when the public is invited into your life? They know more. They start to investigate and they start to know more than what you decide to give them. Now, that is something that is very sad. If these allegations are true, that is something very, very sad, and it's very I would say it's very distasteful to know that this is what the person was actually involved in. You understand me? Because people can hurt you if they know that you are bringing forth some sort of unease or discomfort or unhappiness in their life. I'm not saying that these persons are involved in her murder or in her death. I'm just saying that you are green lighting a lot of bad things, a lot of karma. You are green lighting a lot of bad aura into your life, a lot of bad energy because of what you are putting out there. Oversharing is extremely dangerous. I remember when I came on Instagram, there's another instances where I had a female friend and she used to caution me, be careful of the photos that I'm taking, be careful of this, be careful of that. I need to be careful, I need to be careful. And there was never a time when I thought in myself that, okay, this female was bad mind, this female was it, because she really wasn't. And she would sit down, she would literally sit down and she would Google females that are social media influencers at the time and IG models who turned up dead, who were killed. They were killed. They had a stalker. Many of them had a stalker. Many of them were involved with people who were of questionable character. Many of them crossed a lot of people who, they exercised revenge. So these are, I'm sorry, these are reasons for women to be extremely careful with oversharing. And I think that is one of the things. That is one of the things that I wouldn't say necessarily led to her demise, but that is one of the things that put a bad juju, as what people would say, a bad juju or a spell, a bad curse, a dark cloud on Anika, the oversharing. You're being at so many locations. You're at different hotels. People are going to question and say, what is she doing? What kind of work is she doing? She's always at a different hotel. She's always at a different restaurant eating. There's no amount of promotion that you can do can generate so much money for you to be at these expensive hotels. Um, every week there's a different hotel or something like that. People are going to question it, and you can't say, like I said, a person should mind their business or it's not the person's business or you don't care, because you're putting it out there. You are putting it out there. You are putting it, your business out there. You're inviting the public in your business. You are literally inviting the public in your business, and as such, I am so sorry that this happened. And I get to understand based on what people were saying was that she's an escort and she sleeps with high profile persons. She was in a few squabbles with other females on social media and stuff like that. And I can say this, if you are doing that kind of job, I'm not encouraging any females. I'm not encouraging any females, and I'm not going to moral police any females. But in that kind of work, for example, you're going to be in different places and different locations. There are people that it's best you check in with. It's best that you check in with. For example, you're living in Kingston and you're coming to Montego Bay to meet someone you perhaps never met before or you have met once or stuff like that. It's very good for you to have a contact in Montego Bay to let them know that, listen, I'm going to be at such and such hotel at such and such time. Call me every 30 minutes. If you call me every 30 minutes and I don't pick up after an hour, after 2 hours, you show up. You're going to pay that person to be your security. Remember, I talk about the same thing with Chanel Mirror having a security to protect her and also to make sure that she's being paid. it's a similar thing. If she was checking in with someone that says, okay, let me give you a $10,000. I'm coming into Montego Bay, and this is the guy that I'm coming to, or this is the group of people that I'm meeting up with. I don't know them. I'm just partying and chilling with them. I'm going to stay here. I need you to call me every half an hour. And if you call and you don't get me, then you come on the property, or you come and get in touch with the front desk or wherever it is. I remember when I used to go out and I used to go to clubs, I used to go to different, because I always like to be in different parishes, partying and stuff like that. And when I go to different parishes and stuff, there's always somebody that I call and I let them know that I'm at such and such a club and they should come. Nobody knows, because these persons were paid. Nobody knows I can be in the club and I'm by myself, but I'm not by myself. Somebody's there watching me because they were paid to do the job. I'm going home and I call a driver and stuff like that. He said, okay, you're the driver. Make sure she gets home safe. You check in with people. You don't move around. And another thing that I should add to it, which is a mistake that she made. You decide to do BBL, you decide to change up your image, your look, you are going to be more desirable. And it doesn't mean that all persons who desire you for a good reason. You can have a target, you can have somebody that's obsessed, you can have a stalker. So you have to move with what? Security. You can't move at certain locations as easy like you used to, because you do not look like the average female out there. You understand me? And men move by what they see. Women do, but men do based on lust. So when you look a certain way as a female, you want to traverse carefully. You want to know that you're at certain location, and quite a few people know that you're here. People that you can trust know that you're here and stuff like that. Yes, I saw wherein she had a reliable motor vehicle also. But all I'm saying is that if she's going to certain places, it's best that she has people around her, especially male, that she can pay a certain amount of money to protect her. And you can't tell me that you don't have it, because if you decide to do BBL, you are going to look more alluring and more appealing. So you should have that money in place. You understand? I remember when I told a friend of mine, a male friend, that I'm going to do my BBL. I did a mini liposuction, right? I did a mini liposuction, and I decided that I was going to do a BBL in the future. And that person, he looked at me from head to toe, and he was like, if you look the way you look, he was like, if you look the way you look, and you decide to do a BBL, you're going to need security. This was coming from a guy. You're going to need security. You can't move around, because the security is going to make sure that, okay, you're taken care of. You can't go to the market. That's the first thing. You can't go to the market unless you're going to wear a large summer dress that doesn't show up. You're not going to go to the market. And then you're oversharing on social media. So it's still not a wise idea. So those were two strikes. Those were the two mistakes that Anika made. You need security to move around, because there's also females that will attack you also. They will make up situations just to get at you. It's a harsh reality. I was working at a bar once, and while working at the bar, I used to stand out on the front, soliciting customers. I used to stand out on the front, and females passed, and there was one particular female that passed, and she said to me that, oh, you work over there, you work at the bar? And I said, yes, I'm working at the bar. And she said to me that you have to be careful standing out here. You have a very pretty face, you look really good. They will cut you in your face. Female will cut you in your face because you look too attractive. So you have to be very careful. And in my head, I began taking her serious, and I will stand out there and I'll give her 10 minutes and I return in. I give her 10 minutes and I return. I don't stand out there for long, because I was cautioned of the reality, and this was a female that was telling me. So Anika, that's also another mistake that you made. That's one of the reasons you need security, is because you don't look like the average female. A man can attack you at any time. A man can pass and just grab you on your butt, on your breast, on your arm, anywhere, and just, attack you. Females can say, oh, you were calling up my name on social media, me, you were talking. People make up things just to attack you. They will cut you in your face. They will want to stab you. They will want to, you understand me? They will want to bring you down. They want to scar you, because your photos seem as if that you have a very, clean skin and stuff like that. So people will see it and people will become jealous. People will say, oh, that female, like I tell you, a lot of them think that way. Oh, that female look like somebody that my man would sleep with, or my man, especially a lot of guys usually sit around. A lot of guys tend to, I'm sorry, my head is going ahead of my mouth. So a lot of guys tend to sit around their females and lust after other women. and talking about all these females that are popular and say that, oh, more than this and that. And while he's basically don't have any respect for who he's with. Now that female in the fit of rage will probably have cronies and say, okay, we're gonna close mark this chick and what have you, because me here they make up a story. They make up a story to convince. These are scenarios that are real. It happened to people. They make up a story or a scenario that's not real, which the reality of it is that they were jealous because of the comments that their partner was making about this woman that seems desirable that's on social media. So they make up a scenario with their friends and say, this is what she was saying, and we're going to beat her, we're going to this, that, and we meet up, acid her, stab her up, all these kind of things that come into play. So those are the mistakes that Anika made. I think the oversharing also, who was she meeting with? And let me be honest, if it's true that she was an escort and she's living that life, I'm sorry, death is one of the realities that it comes with. It's one of the disadvantages. RAPE, sexually assaulted, sexual assault, I should say, RAPE, physical attack, all these kind of things you have to deal with. Those are possibilities that come with that lifestyle, whether you want to believe it or not. And for those who take offense, and for those who are in their feelings because it was their friend, or it's their close ally, or it's their chick that they look up to, that they emulate, or it's their goddess, or something like that, I am not here to spare feelings. I'm here to speak the truth. I was a person who used to model. A lot of guys used to come at me. They used to call the agency when I was in Jamaica. And when I was overseas, they used to call them just the same to see if they can go with me, they can get with me, or they can go on a date, they want to meet me and these things. I used to have a lot of entertainers who call me. They used to call me. A lot of top people, I won't say their names, they used to call me well-established people. They used to call and they want to go on a date. And my answer was always no. I guess that's why I'm broke now. I guess that's why I'm broke. Because my answer was always no. Because when you have a certain amount of integrity, or certain things that you were raised with, certain principles that you were raised with, even if you deviate, you can't deviate too far. You won't deviate too far unless you're on drugs, or you start abusing substances. If you deviate, you don't deviate too far, and if you deviate, you always return. So that was the scenario. My conscience always speak to me. So that was the reason I kept telling guys no. I kept telling guys no, and and maybe that's why I'm broke, you know. So I'm just saying that I'm really really sorry about this happening to Anika. I think for those who don't know, they need to go and research on the Black Dahlia. The Black Dahlia, there's a story of the Black Dahlia in Hollywood. It was a Hollywood story where this female, she was an escort. She had a certain aesthetics to her. It was very appealing because she had jet black hair and she loved to wear black. She was a white woman. She had jet black hair and she loved to wear black. And so because of that, she was nicknamed the Black Dahlia. And she would go to well-to-do men, well-established men, guys who are well-to-do guys, actors, contractors, all these kind of people. And so they found her dismembered on a lawn one morning. And I'm saying it that when you are in this field, you will meet people. Everybody that you meet is not adoring your body. And it doesn't mean that because they are rich, that means that they have respect. That means that they have any form of respectability towards women. There are men out there who do not like women. They don't want to hear no. They do not like women. I don't know if they're gay. There are guys out there who are not necessarily gay. They just believe in subjugating women. They believe in women being in the position of subserviency at all times. And when they don't get that feeling to feel like they're a master over the other gender, over the feminine gender, then they do great damage. I don't know what led to her murder. There are a lot of mystification and a lot of discomfiture information that is circled around it, and saying that she was shot in the head and then she was strangled and we don't know what happened. She was raped. I don't know what happened. But all I'm saying is that the life that she lived, she should have been cautioned. She should have took a lot of she should have made she should have made security her utmost, just as I said it with Chanel Muir. You want to have these Muslims, you want to have people around you that will be there to protect you at all times. And it's a caution for females out there. Just like and as I said, this is not for everybody. This is for people who are willing to learn something, who are open their mind and put feelings aside and willing to learn. Anika made a terrible mistake. She thought that people like her. I see a lot of people in the comments saying that they like her. They wanted to see what she was going to wear. This, they wanted to see this. They wanted to see that. I don't believe that. I don't believe, because the average black woman don't function on that. They function on hate. They function just like men. They're just not killing each other, but they function on jealousy, bitterness, and a lot of hate. So I don't believe. That's why I said I'm not the type of person that fall for social media and the mindset of social media, and I do not personalize social media, because people are hypocrites. It's a place wherein you can be anything you want to be and get away with it. And get away with it. I hope that the investigation is going, and I hope that they bring their perpetrator to justice. I don't know what took place. I think that she has made terrible decisions, and as I said, living a risky life comes with certain consequences. Living a very risky life, it comes with certain consequences. Ladies, it's not a problem to work 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with working in Juicy Beef. There's nothing wrong with working in Tasty. There's nothing wrong with working at KFC. There's nothing wrong. It may not be able to give you a sustainable income, but it can keep you for a time period until you get what you really want. I'm a type of person who have my qualifications, and when things get tough, I went and I worked at a jerk center. I went and I worked at a popular jerk center. And when I had my friends who I went to college with, they passed and they saw me, I held my head high. I was in no shame, because I'm gainfully employed and I'm doing my thing. I also found myself in some legal woes, and I had to get a job also when my businesses went down. My businesses went down. They were pulverized. I had to get a job as and I went into bartending. I did a job working as a bartender, and I was a proud bartender. All the customers liked me. Most of them, for those who didn't, were one. They have other intentions, and they want to personalize bartenders, thinking that you're their girlfriend or you are their counselor. You must always listen to their problems and all that. But besides that, there's nothing wrong, my point, with being humble. There's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Everything isn't glitz and glamour. And remember, females, people post what they want you to see. They post what they want you to see. It's not all what it cooks up to be. I'm here. I'm not using filter. Yeah, I have on a few makeup. I have an eyelash and little eyeshadow and my lip gloss. That's it. I'm not using filter. I don't have these videos using filter. I don't edit it. I get it and I post it as is. You understand me? There's nothing wrong. There is nothing. Yes, we all want to put our best foot forward, and it's always good to put your best foot forward. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that when you post these things online and when you put your business out there, I'm sorry, it doesn't mean that all who are looking are people who have your best interest at heart. What, and if you're also in the field of escorting, you have to understand that there are competitions out there, and if people see you as a competition, they will remove the competition. You understand me? They will remove the competition. That's a harsh reality. You can say, oh no, that's wicked, and no, it's life. A major corporation out there with the CEO giving great ideas for the company to turn into $1 billion company. The competition out there decide that, listen, that guy has too much and we want to find, we get intel on him. You start involving clandestine activity, the competitors start doing it, and they start to find out what they're doing. And they decide that, okay, that's what he's doing. He's the one that we need to take out. We don't need to take down the company, just need to take out the man. Take out the man with the brains behind it. Yeah, it's life. So if she's seen as a competition for somebody else in the field of escort, they're going to, I'm sorry, mosquitoes are in the vehicle. If she's seen as an escort, somebody's going to take her out. It's sad. You understand me? If this is what she was doing, and then the allegations of her being involved with people's husband and this kind of thing. Girl, you can't have your business out there like that in the public eye and be posting pictures with these kind of people. They are not, either people are going to put two and two together. Jamaica is a village. I used to say Montego Bay is a village, but Jamaica is a village. Somebody is going to catch feelings. Somebody's going to catch feelings somewhere. Somebody's going to think of you somewhere, somehow. Somebody's going to think of you as more than that or less than what you are portraying. And there are crazy people out there who are going to exercise on it. There are people out there that are going to think that they deserve more than what you are giving them. And when you refuse and you insist, they're going to take you out. I see certain people posting that they were friends with her and they know her, group of vloggers and these kind of things. I would question her knowing those type of people. I would question. I question it. I'm not the one to believe that. I think they know of her, but I don't think that they know her because I mean I can't say who she was or who she was associated with, but I highly doubt she was affiliated with such character. You understand? So I'm really sorry. It's a terrible thing to happen, and then she has a mother, and her mother is grieving. No parent wants to bury their child and stuff like that. No parent wants to bury their child. And other females out there who have lost their life, other males out there who have lost their life in senseless way. My condolences out to the family. It's high times. I keep telling people it's high times. It's open season on everyone. It's open season on people. So the least thing you do, people are very unforgiving. And those who are doing harm to people are also unconscientious. So that's another thing. We need to get back to brotherly love, sisterly love, respectability, and all these kind of things. We have to learn to respect each other's space. We have to learn to respect each other's relationship. We have to understand our relations. Men out there also, you need to learn to respect your relationship and also respect the spaces. You understand me? Nobody's perfect, but don't boast, brag, and shove things in people's face. You are prompting them to exercise revenge. So I'm very sorry. I'm not saying because I don't know, as I said, the details as to what exactly happened to Anika. I'm so sorry. I'm so, 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 so sorry. I wish that, she was here or she survived where she could tell the tales and stuff like that. But you were living a very risky life. And those were the mistakes that you made, oversharing, being at every location. Anybody can close mark you. I've been at a few hotels for the past month. For the past couple of months, I should say. I've been, no, past month. For the past couple of months, I've been at a few hotels. I've been at several restaurants. Several. You don't see me posting any of them on social media. You don't see me sharing it. No, 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 no. I am showing you what I want you to see. I am showing you what I want to see. What I want you to see, not what I feel like you deserve or you dictating. No, you're not dictating. You're probably not dictating anything around here because I'm not setting up myself. I'm not setting up myself. But risky life, living a risky life will lead to the demise of people. And when I look at it, a lot of young people are being taken out. Young people in society are being taken out more than ever. First time it was old age or it was sickness. I remember when our friend was eating, he was eating some things that were unhealthy, and my driver was saying to him that my youth, what's that you're eating? It's not healthy and stuff like that. And he was like, oh, give a damn, a gunshot to kill people. You see food that kill nobody unless a poison and poison. A gunshot to kill people. And then I said to him, probably you need to take a trip over at the hospital and you will know. But he had a point to his argument. He still had a point to his argument. I'm so sorry, Anika. And let it be a caution to other females out there who are living this life, this faster life, and want to get it all at once. Nobody wants to take the time out to understand each other, to communicate, respect each other. A lot of people are driven by carnal lust. A lot of people are driven by only what they see. And when you get in with the persons, people are human beings. They have feelings. It doesn't matter how sexy a female is. She has feelings. It doesn't matter how attractive a guy has. What am I saying? It doesn't matter how attractive a guy is. He has feelings. He has feelings. It matters not how unattractive a female or male is. They have feelings. And a lot of people treat people according to how they were treated. And ladies, as I said, it doesn't mean that because you're attractive, it doesn't mean that man out there who's lusting after you, it doesn't mean that he finds you attractive. As I said, I had my friend and she used to Google, she used to research and show me pictures of females, all these social media influencers, all these girls, and they were just being hacked off. They were just being off. you know. They were taken out. They were taken out by several people, and not all of them were people that they were having sex with. Some of them were people they had relations with, they had a disagreement with. You understand me? So I hope it's caution to a lot of females out there. I know I went around in circles with this one because I'm thinking about a lot of things while speaking, and I'm partially dyslexic. So bear with me. But thank you so much for your time, guys. I hope that you take care of yourself. I hope that you take care of each other, and I hope that you pray more. My prayers go out to Anika's family, as I said, her son, and also the female who was killed in Kingston, the bartender was killed in Kingston. My heart goes out to her family also, and all the males across the island who were taken out innocently. My heart goes out to your family. Let's try. I can't say, but let's try to find some way where we can develop brotherly love and sisterly love, or at least learn to respect human beings and human life. Let us not be unconscious just and only for ourselves. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. God bless you. And I will see you again on the Advocate channel. See, tell you, I'm the sexy, I've been lapsing. So, God bless you.